Welcome to those of you in the sign of Taurus, interested in the combination of colors with life path. This sign of stability and convention, committed to structure and property, along with comfort and aspects of beauty, because the ruler of Taurus is Venus. As such, Taurus also rules the second house, the house of I have, resources, material possession, and values, the pillars on which material, intellectual, and emotional security is developed. And the card associated with Taurus is the Hierophant, a card of honor, values, and beliefs about an authority on matters of faith. And from the Reed Seeds Tarot, I have another card of the Hierophant, which also mentioned that this title, which means to see, was first used in the Eleusinian Mysteries, where there was one male Hierophant and two female Hierophantites to oversee the rites. All three were appointed for life. The spiritual teachers revealed knowledge to the people which had been received from the gods. The Hierophants welcomed the Mysti with the laws of the mysteries, reminding them that only those with pure heads and hearts could enter the initiatory rites. Those who had committed blood crimes were not allowed to take part. After this proclamation, the Mysti swore an oath of secrecy never to reveal what took place within the temple. This makes a connection with the color associated with Taurus, the scarlet color, this combination of red and orange, which is associated with warmth, intensity, and passion, sensuality. We have here also Venus. And even the cardinals from a Catholic Church are wearing clothes in this color, the scarlet color, who actually was first called Armenian red in Persia, then it moved to Rome, where it was a kind of symbol of high rank. It's made from some insects that are fed on certain oak trees, called kermes, if I pronounce it well. Also cochineal, that we can find him in a cactus. And it's also a symbol of revolution, the French Revolution, but also the Soviet Union flag was scarlet red, academic dresses, and because I'm a spiritual detective, of course I also like detectives in the real life. I like Sherlock Holmes, and the first story where Sherlock Holmes was introduced was called A Study in Scarlet, and it came out in 1887 in a Christmas annual that I just found some days ago when I watched a online tour in London about the life of Conan Doyle, of course, the one who created Sherlock Holmes. So, with that being said, let's continue with all the life paths and the color associated. This is the reading for those of you born in Taurus with the life path number 1, the number of action. You had the color scarlet associated with your sign, and now you have red for the number. So you are a combination of these two, which implies a lot of red, because scarlet is red plus orange, and that makes you a very passionate person. From the scarlet color, you get your free spirit and also the need to learn how to accept responsibilities, because if you stay too long in a situation, you get a little bit bored. And from the red color, you learn how to become self-aware. I pick up several cards from the decks that I have with animals. We are in an earthly sign, so I thought this is very appropriated. And one card from l'Oracle du Monde. And the card for you is this birth card. You can also see it as the sign of patience, like the mother who is just waiting with love for the life of her baby. I like because it's a green color or the background, and I just said that you have a lot of red. The green color is the color that helps you ground it. And then from the animal cards, This peacock with the keyword inspiration also has some turquoise, which is the complementary for your color for the Scarlet. And then you have the mud skipper with a message of see the world from a different perspective, and the sea lion, which is here the 7 of cups, with a message of enjoying your dreams but stay true to yourself. And I like the idea that these two, the sea lion and the mud skipper, are used to live in water but also on the soil. So it is a kind of bridge between both inner and outer world, a balance also between dreams and reality, if we think of this daydream card. Also a kind of balance between losing up and having fun and coming back to the center. And then this mud skipper, it's a card from a deck that I found interesting, Unusual Animals, and he talks about different perspectives because he is capable to adapt to live both in and out of the water. He reminds us of the importance of considering different perspectives. It encourages us to look at things from multiple angles so that we can assess and respond from a place of understanding. Using him as an example, we can remember that approaching situation with a different perspective allows us to react with greater understanding and empathy. Additionally, having a balanced viewpoint helps us avoid bias and allows us to be objective in our response. And it's also an advice here. The next time you find yourself in a disagreement, examine it from a different viewpoint. Allowing yourself the opportunity to see things from a new perspective can give you clarity. It might help reveal the motivation behind someone's belief, the fears driving certain behaviors, or even common ground that might otherwise have been overlooked. The best way to do this is to ask questions and actively listen to the responses. And the way I see the cards here, after you find this balance between the inner and the outer world, between dreams and maybe reality, you can just birth the new you, the self-awareness. And then we have this card of inspiration, a sign of air. We have here water. Pride in our achievements creates inspiring change, because the peacock is one of the most beautiful and worshipped birds in the animal kingdom, representing beauty and passion, inspiration, pride, and intuition. The key message here is in finding balance and knowing when to move from one energy mood to another, moving from water, which are emotion, to the land, to the earthly part. Through symbols, the peacock teaches us that it takes many repetitions, steps to fully awaken to our most spiritual selves throughout our spiritual practice, in our daily rituals and lifestyle changing. Peacocks are the true gatekeepers to our pride. They permit us to show off our true colors and to see the beauty that is all around us, allowing us to act as inspirational guides to those who are drawn to our unique plumage and captivating offerings in this world. Once we collect the wisdom we seek, we are then guided to showcase this to the world, proud of our story, our journey, and our accomplishments, and to never apologize for how beautiful, powerful, wise, and talented we are. And I think that's the main message for you. I like how the colors are even combining here beautifully. And I will also mention, before looking for the last cards, that you have here 7 and here another 7. So I thought the number 7 is important for you, because we talk about the color 7, it's the violet color. So maybe you can work very good with somebody from Aquarius or it's even the fact that we are now in an Aquarius time that is very important for you. I will take some tea leaf for you. You will be playing a different role, compliments from an admirer, and a warning. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. I hope that some of these messages at least are useful for you. Everybody has a different situation going on in his life, but I found the messages of finding the balance between earthly and emotions and the dreams and the patience, and then inspire others once you find a way. Actually a beautiful message. I hope you enjoy your reading. This is the reading for those of you in Taurus with life path number 2, the number of association. You have the scarlet color associated with Taurus and now the orange color associated with your life path number. So we have more orange here because scarlet was also orange plus red. This combination makes you a born optimist. You can use creativity in all your life aspects. You can face difficulties with a smile. You are a great company, and people get happy just by seeing you the way you handle life. And I pick up the cards for you from some oracle and decks with animals, because such an earthly sign here, and one from the oracle, the Monde, and the card for you is the card of changement. The way I see it here is that you can be so happy, or you can see all the difficulties with a smile on your face, because you understand that everything is changing. And we have here the seasons, we have here the moon and the sun, the day and the night. What today seems a very heavy moment, sometime after we will not even remember. And being aware of that, it helps you constantly feeling optimist, or being capable to find pleasure, like this card with the blue bird, where the keyword is pleasure. And then other cards that you have here, it's this interesting fish called platypus. We are a curated gallery of our influences, so be aware of influences. And then the card of moth, the omen of death, which first of all, it's another card of change, because death is actually a change. And it's also a number 4, 13, it can be reduced to 4. So number 4 is important for you. And I was looking at a color associated with number 4, which is the color green, and that makes you connected in some way with Libra. The sign as such is also ruled by Venus, like Taurus is also ruled by Venus, and that also can be association with the beauty that you have in your life. So we said that this is the card of the moth, and the message is: release the old, embrace the new. It opens the gate to the great unknown, symbolizing transformation and the inevitability of change. And nothing is a stopping point. Our journey is actually made of elements of death and rebirth, and we just have to trust the process. We can look this in the nature. We no need to fear any loss, and we can always stay excited for something new. It's a card of metamorphosis. And then this interesting fish here, platypus, inspire us to remember that we are a curated gallery of our collective experiences, friends, and interests. We have the unique opportunity to choose what we want to be influenced by. This curious mammal, it's a great example of how a mashup of influences can come together to create something truly original. It draws its inspiration from all over the animal kingdom. It has a body like an otter, a tail like a beaver, and a feet like a duck. Additionally, it lays eggs, uses electronic impulses to locate prey like a shark, and glows a biofluorescent blue-green color when put under an ultraviolet light. When he was first brought from Australia to Britain, scientists thought it was a fake animal. So we can pick up in a way what influences us. We are born like a canvas, and then we create our own image. The more we accept experiences in our life, changings in our life, the more we become stronger and more creativity comes, because one of these colors brought also a lot of creativity in all aspects of your life. Take note of your surroundings, your friends, and how you are choosing to spend your time. Are these in alignment with who you want to be and your goals? If not, it will be wise to reevaluate your choices. Make an effort to surround yourself with people and experiences that build you up and support the life you want to create. Love this message, because remember, number 2 was a card of association. We have here the sun associated in looking for the right energies maybe, and help you transform in this transformational process in a way, looking for your tribe. And this card of pleasure, a card of air here. Pleasure and happiness is felt when we can freely express our feelings and have our intention clearly communicated to others. This bluebird has been a symbol of happiness and beauty, and even a messenger from the heavens. The color blue, the color of the throat chakra, is the most dominant physical characteristic of this bird. Maybe you have difficulties with expressing yourself, because now I just lost my voice almost. We can draw parallels to this future in that when this bird sings to communicate his intention to another, perhaps he is reminding us that the best way we can process, explore, and further communicate our desires, feelings, and intention is through our creative expression. And I believe you don't have a difficulty with this. He reminds us that we have the ability to express ourselves freely and heal ourselves emotionally through communication and self-expression. A healthy and balanced emotional state is one where we find peace and clarity in being truly heard by those we love and being able to communicate our intention clearly and openly. The pleasure is truly felt through the emotional energy exchange between ourselves and those reflected back to us from others. So very much about association and about the influences of others. Beautiful cards for you, and I will end with some tea leaf fortune cards, short messages. Older man, dealing or relationships with an older man. Protect from negative forces beyond your control. You are protected. Affairs with your family and waiting for news and letter. And more cards came out that I intended. So an extra one, a torch that looks like the sun here. Spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. Wow. A true orange card. I hope you enjoy your cards and the messages are useful for you, and thank you for watching. This is the reading from those of you with the sign of Taurus and with the life path number 3, the number of communication. And you had the color Scarlet associated with a sign, and now the yellow color associated with your life path number. And this combination makes you like the sunshine, you know, that song, with a lot of joy of life and humor. People enjoy being around you, and you really have abundance in your life. Just try to learn how to really appreciate it. And I pick up 4 cards, one from the Oracle du Monde, and then 3 more from all my decks I have with animals. And the keywords that you have here are patience, find different ways of looking of problems, new perspectives. And then you have the 5 of Pentacles, which is a card of determination and dedication. And the card that we started with, it's the card of opportunity. It's another 3. And what I found interesting here is that you then have this upside down catfish that says find different ways of looking at problems. But then you have a flip image here, and you have a flip image here with a butterfly. I think everybody tried it as a child, you know, you just paint on one side of the paper, then you flip the page and then you get the other side identically. So also about the mirroring, I see here that you learn a lot about yourself in whatever situation you are at this moment in time. And this is actually an opportunity, and that you need maybe patience to go through it, but it's really something that it's part of your abundance. You have to welcome these opportunities. And then the card of patience, the message for you, which is a card number 6. 6 is 2 times 3. Practice patience in reaction more so than in action. Possessing extraordinary eyesight, the praying mantis doesn't miss any potential prey in its sights and has very accurate judgment when it comes to walking and jumping, reminding us of the gifts of surrender, patience, and determination. The praying mantis asks us to let go of control, worry, and disappointment, and instead to have patience and trust, not only in our actions, but also in our reactions. It is one thing to practice the art of waiting, surrender, and inner peace, but it isn't until we are really tested that our true colors are seen and our actual knowledge can be applied. I hope you heard the word determination, that I also mentioned it here with the 5 of Pentacles. Then from the upside down catfish, the message. This upside down catfish instructs us to find different ways of looking at problems. Sometimes flipping a problem on its head can uncover a seemingly obvious solution. This rare freshwater fish is a master at problem solving. Swimming upside down gives it easier access to oxygen concentrate on the water surface. The upside down catfish shows us that sometimes we have to look at a problem differently in order to solve it. This act of brainstorming in reverse creates a pathway for us to use our imagination and play with ideas in a way we could not when we were stuck. And an advice for you: when faced with a difficult problem, you can utilize reverse brainstorming to help you find a solution. Instead of trying to fix your problem, think about how you could make it worse. The list you came up with reveals pent-up frustration that can lead to clarity and eventually the right solution. For example, if you want to change your environmental impact but you don't know what to do, ask yourself how you could increase it instead. You might come with ideas like using more plastic, driving more, or buying only imported items, then give you a clue as to how you could start reducing your impact. Now you know that the solution includes buying plastic-free items, opting to walk more, and buying locally. I really like this example because I also struggle to reduce my footprint on this beautiful planet. But I think this also, it's connected with the fact that you are such a sunshine, you know, when you have humor, it's also turn around and then look differently. It's somehow a way of playing with life, which is nice. And then this 5 of Pentacles, it's enough to say that it's associated with an earth sign because it's actually associated with the first decan of Taurus, where the subruler is Mercury, and communication actually is associated with Mercury because he was the messenger of God. So this card is really for you, and the message is persevere and accept support. You can go the distance. With large ears, observant eyes, and excellent survivor skills, Donkey helps us hear inner wisdom, discern the true cause of trouble, and move through challenges with tenacity and grace. There is a reason for your struggle. See clearly and accept responsibility for your role. Release victim mentality. Learn who and what you can trust. Donkey recognizes inner strength and potential, nudging us to engage our talents, express ourselves authentically, and expand spiritual awareness. Kind, gentle, and highly intelligent, Donkey cannot be forced to do something he considers unwise, and yet Donkey willingly takes on burdens and paves our way through demanding journeys. Use hardship to learn more about yourself. You have the strength, talent, and resources to succeed. And that's what I said from the beginning. You have abundance in your life. And I saw this combination of these beautiful fishes with water lily somewhere else in another deck. So I had to look for the card. And the card was Tara from the Journey to the Goddess Realm. Actually, only the lotus flowers are here. But then this is a card number 5, so definitely is associated with this reading. And it talks about serenity, another way to stay upside down. And this is also a flip card if you look at it. Serenity, definitely it's part of your experiences, or you need more serenity. What is interesting about this card is that the different forms of Tara are classified in vibrational color, and we have the green, the white, the red, the blue, and the yellow. So you have already the yellow here, and you have the red part of the scarlet color. She guides you to release the dualistic phenomenon experience on Earth. Her presence will assist you to open your heart. She's hypnotic energy will realign your energies back to universal source. She resides in now energy. Breathe and relax. I will end up the reading by picking up some fortune cards for you. Dealings or relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair. You will receive a gift. Remember to be open to opportunities. Goldfish. Increase in material wealth and spiritual growth, so more abundance for you. We have several fishes here, actually. And then period of frustration, lessons to be learned. Exactly what this donkey here was also all about. But you have the determination, and you will learn the lessons you need. And I see this golden fish here, almost like this scarlet phoenix bird on the transformation and renewal. Beautiful cards for you. I just hope you enjoy the messages. Thank you for watching. This is the reading for those of you in the sign of Taurus with life path number 4, the number of constructions of home of stability. And you have scarlet, the color associated with your sign, and now green associated with your life path, which makes you a person looking for harmony. And you mostly follow your heart, not your head, and that makes you warm and sensible, and people are attracted to you. So just try not to get too much emotionally involved into other people's issues. And I pick up 4 cards for you. One from the Oracle du Monde, which is home. We already have a house there, looking for stability and power as well. And then we have the sun in both cards. And then 3 cards from my decks with animals. And then you get balance with the water dragon. You get perseverance and trust with this common swift, and the guardian of fossils, which is actually the king of pentacles. It's not really maybe needed to say, but the king of pentacles is associated with Taurus, and it's a combination because kings are the air, the intellectual, combined with the sign of earth, and this balance here was associated with fire. Let's take one by one and see the messages for use, but with the keywords we already mentioned, the balance, the perseverance, and there's the determination. For the water dragon, the balance, optimum growth and expansion is found through maintaining balance in the extremes. Water dragons spend their days basking on rocks, warming up in the sun, and passively hunting insects and small rodents. If necessary, they can run or climb very quickly in pursuit of prey and also to avoid potential danger. The water dragon urges you to let go of what which does not serve you and seek balance in your life right now, rather than dwelling in the past. In Chinese astrology, the water dragon is said to be capable of soaring to the highest of heights, but also of diving deep into the depths of the ocean, allowing them to fully experience all of what the world has to offer. We can see that they teach us that it is okay to seek one extreme in life. However, in order to stay balanced, we must counteract this with the opposite, thus demonstrating a true embodiment of yin and yang energy. So it mentioned the air, it mentioned the earth, and then with the fire, in a way, finding the balance. And I see this color then coming back in the Scarlet and also coming back in this card of home. And then from this unusual animal oracle deck, this common swift motivates us to keep going even when there seems to be no end in sight. It inspires us to trust in the process and continue our journey. This enduring animal knows how to persevere in a seemingly impossible situation. It holds the record for the longest uninterrupted flight by a bird, staying airborne for 10 months at a time without having to land. It is so accustomed to being in the air that it has developed the ability to eat, drink, mate, and likely sleep without even touching down. If we added up all the common swift flights times over its 20 years lifespan, it would be able to make 7 trips to the moon and back. Wow, so now you have a lot of air, and in the balance we just mentioned between air and earth, with so much earth signs here. The common swift signals us to continue moving forward even when the odds feel stuck against us. It's important to remember that life is in a continuous state of motion, and this rough period has an end even if we can't see it yet. Trusting in the process can help us retain hope while we push onward. And advice for you: if you are facing a big problem, try breaking down into smaller pieces. This can help it feel more manageable and will keep you from getting discouraged. Additionally, be sure to take time to celebrate little victories along the way, even if it means you making it through a particularly rough day. Acknowledging your progress will give you the momentum you need to keep going. Beautiful advice that I think we all need, especially with these heavy energies upon us. The days are mostly heavy. And then the guardian of the fossils, or the king of pentacles, with the message of dream deep and live bold. Successful, practical, capable, and well-informed. Like a bear, this guardian likes to hunt and fish and enjoys a hearty appetite for life. The mix of fire and earth elements indicates quick instincts and inspired temperament, coupled with firm resolve and a supportive, stabilizing personality. Fierce as well as funny, brown bear embodies a dual nature, intuitive and introspective during the deep dreams of hibernation. Awakened bear forage, feeds, wanders, and explore. There are quiet times to access inner wisdom and wild times to stand tall, embrace adventure, and live larger than life. Brown bear represents triumph as well as tranquility, a secret to a noble, successful rule. And you see the sun here. We said here in the sun, we had here, and that this is also a card of the sun. You are looking for harmony in life and follow your heart. So the energies of the sun are very useful for you, I think, in order to trust the process, trust your intuition, and persevere. Maybe during a long time of hibernation when you are just dreaming and knowing that the time will come when, I will say, you will find your home. And let's see some fortune cards for you, just short messages. A feather. Someone you know is undependable and unsincere. You will put it with a bird. Hard work ahead. Let's put it here for the home. Too much concern with sexual matters, the balance. And then butterfly, a change for the better. So what we said, moving from the period of dreams to the period of feeling alive and enjoying the sun and the power that you have. Hope you enjoy your messages, and thank you for watching. This is the reading for those of you in the sign of Taurus with the life path number 5, the number of freedom, and you are a combination of the scarlet color for the sign with the blue color for the life path, and that makes you a very tolerant person. You also understand other people's deep needs, and you can always see both sides of a coin. You listen to different sides of a story before you take a decision. And the cards that came for you are the cards of loyalty, and you are a kind of constant in a situation, which it's also a blue card here. Then you have the card of healing, the card of long-term thinking, and this seer of branches, which is actually the page of wands, which is a card of adventurer. So let's take one by one, and before anything else, I see a lot of 11 for you here, because this is 56, this is 65, and then even the seer, because it's like a page, another 11. So number 11 before anything else, this angelic number, it's maybe something you see a lot, or it's important for you. And we look at the card of healing, the frog. Call on your tribe to hold space for your emotional transformation. And even in this card, you see these two people together. So definitely freedom doesn't really imply that you are not in a relationship, that you need your tribe. The frog, it's linked to lunar and yin energies, a symbol of healing and good fortune. Frogs have long been symbols for healing, inner transformation, and the restoration of physical health. They teach us to harness the healing energies of water, to rejuvenate our body, mind, and soul, and to allow us to truly feel into our experience and our feelings, fully, deeply, and with maximum impact. The frog's deep croaks and calls enables us to draw parallels on how we each like to find individual ways of expressing ourselves emotionally, and that those who match our song are our chosen support team in our healing process. Call on your tribe to get you through these highly sensitive times and allow them to hold space for your healing to occur. I like this about singing your own song and then hope for others to hear you. So then you find a true tribe, those who really understand you and can be maybe on the same wave. Then the harmony comes, these beautiful flowers here. And then this I from the Unusual Animal Oracle deck advise us to be forward thinking so we can better plan for our future. Long-term thinking gives us the opportunity to put processes in place that assure success. Just like the I, we can practice thinking beyond our day-to-day life and focus our attention to the future. This gives us the unique opportunity to set up processes to ensure we are being proactive in creating the life we want. In addition to making life easier in the long run, thinking ahead can help us manage tomorrow's uncertainties. I also see it as a part of the healing process. And an extra message for you: set aside time to think about your future and what you want for it. Try making a plan for a year or two from now. Instead of homing in a single game plan, think about various possibilities and maintain an open mind. For example, if you are concerned about job security, now might be an ideal time to upskill or prepare for a possible career change. What do you need to make that happen? Analyzing trends and examining how they might come into play can help you choose how to move forward. Also, by healing, of course, and finding your tribe, that's also something that you can plan ahead. And what do you have to do as part of your healing process? Because remember, you had a very strong number 11, and even this card was a card of the spirit. So I see here spiritual healing. And then we get this Seer of Branches, which is actually the Page of Wands, I said, but it's very much fire, personification actually of fire. And it's also about loyalty and a pure vessel of spiritual creation. And then somebody who think and prepare, like this I when finally start the action, then it's really fire. The red fox, alert and intrigued, sniffs out growth, opportunity and new ways of being. Clever, always up for adventure, fox can teach us to sharpen our senses, attune to nature, expand our outlook and engage life more robustly. Intelligent, skill and curious, fox balance wisdom with wonder. Most visible at dusk or dawn, fox enjoys the borderlands. As guardian of the in-between, fox sleeps between realms, offering passages to different dimensions, encounters with nature spirits, or revelation in the forest of our imagination. Quick thinking and adaptable, fox reminds us to stay in our toes, appreciate the humor in life, and think outside the norm. Almost like a crown here, like a bridge, and that bridge can be between a dimension, and it's like an invitation to dare, put it in your planning, new adventure, but mostly in the spiritual realm for sure. And then I will pick up some cards, fortune cards for you. Success assured with good plans and hard work. Again, with this egg. Period of prosperity and abundance. I think here with the adventurer. New job and career. I think here. And then you are highly thought of. I hope you got something from these messages. I wish you all the best on your healing spiritual journey, and thank you for watching. This is the reading for those of you in the sign of Taurus with the life path number 6, the number of harmony. You have the scarlet color for your sign and now the indigo color for your life path. And this combination of colors make you somebody who looks for answer about fundamental questions. And even if you find out all kind of complicated theories, they are not enough for you, because you also have a logical and practical side, and whatever explanation and answers are out there, they have to resonate with you. And for that, I see here even the cards that came out for you, and with the main words patience, and I see in this birth again patience. So something it's birthing your answers to your questions, but for that you need patience. And then you have this, your voice has power, and the Guardian of Feathers, which is again about power. So let's see all the cards one by one. First of all, a number 60, which is also another 6, confirming that this is really a good message for you, the patience. Practice patience and reaction more so than in action. Possessing extraordinary eyesight, the praying mantis doesn't miss any potential prey in its sights and has very accurate judgment when it comes to walking and jumping, reminding us of the gift of surrender, patience, and determination. The praying mantis asks us to let go of control, worry, and disappointment, and instead to have patience and trust, not only in our action, but also in our reaction. It is one thing to practice the art of waiting, surrender, and inner peace, but it isn't until we are really tested that our true colors are seen and our actional knowledge can be applied. And it's a card of spirit. And this pistol shrimp reminds us that our voice is our powerful tool, most powerful. Voice is more than just a spoken word, and we all have one. Sorry, my cat has crazy moments. Every voice is unique and offers up a different perspective. It's a gathering together of our opinions, thoughts, and knowledge. Our voice provides us with the ability to create change, offer hope, and positively impact the world if we choose to use it. And an advice: don't be afraid to use your voice to speak up about issues that matter. The world can be complicated and you might feel at a loss about how you can make a difference, but your voice is an amazing tool that you always have at your disposal. There are so many ways you can contribute to a discussion. You can engage in productive dialogues and exchange of perspective, attend events, or write. If you prefer a non-verbal form of communication, art can be an amazing way to express your feelings and highlight injustice. Whatever method you choose, never forget that your voice deserves to be heard. And I think your voice can also be that voice that asks about the fundamental questions, looks for harmony, and also who has enough patience to find the answer or the answers that resonate with you. And I see this in beautiful card with the birds, that you are just discovering some truth, which will also give you the power of the sun. And don't be afraid, once you find things that you consider important, don't be afraid to share them with the world. This card is actually the King of Swords, which is the intellectual determination of a fixed air. It's also associated with Aquarius, the ruler of the 11th house, the house of social groups, so talking to maybe social groups. It's also the card of Aquarius associated with the star, and then gives, like this eagle, the chance to see the big picture. And that's what you are looking for, the answers from that perspective. And then the planet ruling, it's the planet Uranus, which brings new way of thinking. You are birthing some very important way of thinking. Don't give up, have patience, and then once you discover it, share them with the world. Express your true creative power. With wings spread wide, bright yellow eyes intensely focused, eagle glides silently above the earth. Powerful totem of strength and wisdom, eagle sees with vision that penetrates to the core of life. Journey with eagle to expand small-minded viewpoints and widen your perspective. Use eagle eyes to zoom into details and discern the finer points of what you need to know. Reliable and supportive, eagle reveals hidden truth and allows glimpses into unknown. Trusted liaison with sun and sky spirits, eagle prompts wise use of inner resources to innovate and explore extremes. speeding through the air or soaring high, Eagles invites us to feel the power of spirit moving through us. Eagle challenge us to do our best and use our gifts for the greater good. This message is a combination of everything I said up to now, much more clear maybe. I will end up this reading for you with some fortune cards, solid foundation, success with effort, patient part, family matters, advice from a friend, and then be aware of great pride. As long as we don't feel special, because nobody is special, we are all unique aspects of the creation. It's important how you feel, not how other people are perceiving you, but it's good to pay attention. I hope these messages are useful for you, and thank you for watching. This is the reading for those of you in the sign of Taurus with life path number 7, the life path of spirituality. And you have a combination of the color Scarlet associated with Taurus and Violet associated with your life path. I think even the life path there is a violet color. And that makes you a combination of extremes. One moment you can be very happy, and in the next moment you can feel quite sad. And it's an invitation to connect with your inner power, so you don't depend on others, so that you are not afraid of being abandoned or losing what you already have. And I see here even the cards for you from this animal decks and this Oracle du Monde, that they are coming back with the same message. You have here a beginning, which I see as a number 1. Then in the void you have the spark, and this is the beginning of everything. So don't be afraid of the void, but also realize that every end means a new beginning. Then you have number 7, which is your number, and this is the Chariot. Here is the spirit of freedom, the horse, the Pegasus, and this is also associated with Cancer, which is ruling the house of family, the way home. You are looking for your way home, and this is mainly an invitation to become the master of your own vehicle, so the inner powers. Then you have this card of Platypus, who mentioned that we are a curated gallery of our influences. And then this card number 11, the magic number, the card of wisdom. So all the cards in a way are inviting you to go within. And then let's read a little bit about each message more. The wisdom: strip back and dig deep to find peace and insights. Being at one with the earth and embodying her core essence can awaken our own inner wise women or crown energy. In time like this, we are reminded to strip back to the very basic and deep on what is truly important to us. Feeling of not being enough or not doing enough are holding us back from evolving into our most deepest and wisest spiritual self. Less giving and more taking may be in order to regain a better perspective. So with this creature that is wise, peaceful and curious in its approach to the world, and it can rotate his head 270 degrees and perceive the world from many angles. This unique quality invites us to find a new perspective, see the whole story, and change negative beliefs about others, and maybe even find forgiveness. So, a way of finding new perspective, new beginnings, the light in the dark. Then we have this unusual animal, this platypus. Inspire us to remember that we are a curated gallery of our collective experience, friends and interests. We have the unique opportunity to choose what we want to be influenced by. This curious mammal is a great example of how a mashup of influence can come together to create something truly original. It draws its inspiration from all over the animal kingdom. It has a body like an otter, a tail like a beaver, and a bill and with feet like a duck. Additionally, it lays eggs, uses electronic impulses to locate prey like a shark, and glows a fluorescent blue-green color when put under an ultraviolet light. Using the platypus as a guide, we can also pick what influences us. We are all born blank canvas and come to be who we are because of our life experiences. The more we let in, the richer our lives can be. While this is a liberating concept, it also means we are only as good as what we surround ourselves with. So choose wisely. And an advice for you, take note of your surroundings, your friends, how you are choosing to spend your time. Are these in alignment with who you want to be and your goals? If not, it would be wise to wisdom to reevaluate your choices. Make an effort to surrounding yourself with people and experience that build you up and support the life you want to create. Because we said at one point that you have also a fear of abandonment, but just let go. I think this is also a card of let go, because if you are the master of your own vehicle, you know that the right people will always be on your path. Receiving this card may indicate struggle, obstacles, feeling scattered or pulled in different directions. Horse advise clarity, confidence, and self-control. Where do you really want to go? Determine your aim and stay focused on your goal. There is no need to force. Rather, align divergent energies and direct movement through inner balance. Victory comes when all parts work together, uniting in a common flow. Working with horse, so with your number 7, activates conscious awareness that we are the vehicle that carries our soul through life. Nurture courage, self-authority, and forge ahead with assurance, and be daring to enjoy the thrill of the ride. With horse, we engage spiritual presence and feel the grandeur of living moving through us. Yes, allow the flow of energies. Beautiful messages for you, and I hope they are resonating with you. I'm going to pick up some fortune cards for you. Birth of conception of a child or enterprise, so something new here. Control your anger or you will be sorry. This is the wisdom. Someone will gossip about all your secrets, so pay attention of your friends and which people are surrounding you. A meeting with a stranger could be important. Thank you for watching. This is the video for those of you in the sign of Taurus with life path number 8, the number of power. You have the color Scarlet associated with Taurus and the color Magenta associated with your life path. And this combination of color makes you a person aware of your inner strength, your inner light, but also the shadows and the balance between these two. And you see that in yourself, but also in others, which helps you to be very tolerant. In the meanwhile, it also makes you think before you do things. So you are very good in strategic moves. And the cards that you have here, mostly from the animal decks, are even more animals that I thought, because look, you have a parrotfish and you have a peacock spider. So you don't have only 3 animals here, you have actually 5. But let's start with the union, the card that combines the moon and the sun and the light and the day. So the right combination with the right union, the right balance. And then you have this card of authenticity, a card 22, a magic number with the advice of wear your true colors and own your unique abilities. The parrotfish demonstrates the power of courage and energetic protection, showing us that we can still be present and show up in situations that scare us or seem risky, providing that we are prepared, true to ourselves, and able to protect our own energy. As we navigate through the energy waters of life, we can see that in order to lead a life in full colors, we often have to hide from those who wish to bring us harm or steal our light. They are good as such, these fishes. They have a cocoon. They can hide from the predators. And we also can use a cocoon of light to protect us, or just to allow only love to come in and go out. And then we have this card of Mother, the Earth Mother. The cow is actually the Empress card, the card of trust in life, the card of share, the card of nurture and participate with delight. As Earth Mother, cow offers gentle advice and creative inspiration, nurturing new lives, ideas, projects and relationships. She reminds us to be patient and enrich early growth with attention to details and natural aesthetics. Cow encourages us to support all of our creation, be they children, gardens, invention or artistic endeavors, with generous love and care, but remind us to foster their independence so they may thrive and develop in their own way. Cows remind us that life is full, that we have plenty, and that we can share freely in Earth's abundance. Her appearance in a reading indicates you, creative growth is on track. She encourages you to open your heart and allow joy to flow and blossom, which I think you do, being aware of the maybe even the dangers, but knowing how to protect yourself and being aware of the constant game of polarity, the light and the dark. And then you have this invitation to be bold and show off your best qualities with this peacock spider. This jumping spider has no problem showing off its best traits. Females are generally hard to impress, so the male peacock spider has evolved fabulous patterns and colors on its rear end to help it win over the harshest of critics. Taking our cue from the peacock spider, we can also express ourselves with confidence. Instead of constantly wondering what we could do if we weren't so shy, we can choose to take a chance and go for it. The world wants to see what we have to offer. We just have to be bold. Advice: instead of hiding your many talents from the world, be brave enough to be vulnerable and put yourself out there. Because we said you like to think before doing, so maybe sometimes just take a risk. For example, do you have a great idea that would benefit your workplace? And say it. Have you always wanted to try stand-up comedian? Do it. You'll never know what you are capable of unless you give yourself a shot. Just to have some new life experience and to test your power. And I will end up with some fortune cards for you. Short messages. Take care. Enemy are working against you. So that's when you are authentic. Not necessarily enemies, but maybe people who just want a little bit of your light, but you have the light, like happiness and well-being. And you have the sun again there, and the sun here, so very powerful cards. Use your intuition to make beneficial change. Yes, he said here, try something new. And warning you of a problem either now or in the near future. And I also have this card of the inner child with a message. Dear inner child, I hold you like a baby when you suffer, when you have fear, tears, frustration. I listen to you when you feel lost. I love you, inner child. You are my pure, divine, authentic nature. Because remember, when there is a problem, wherever problem it is, it's actually a lesson for you, a teacher. So go back to your inner strength and find out and remain playful with life. I hope the messages are useful for you, and thank you for watching. This is the reading for those of you in Taurus with life path number 9. The path of altruism, and you have the color Scarlet for your sign and the color Gold for your life path, the card of transformation, and you here have a renewal. And anyway, number 9 is the number of transformation, when you are more focused on the good of all, because you learn a lot of lessons and you are aware that life is a transformation. And this combination of colors makes you truly focusing on your spiritual transformation, all the energy that you have, especially the emotional energy, you know how to work with it. You have this Gold, which is love and wisdom, and you use this to help others. Even the cards that are here for you from the animal decks and this L'Oracle du Monde, they talk about work, that you do what you do, you share, but it's also the work that you love. I see this another 9, so you are working with the nature, but also doing what you are good in. And this card, the 8 of Fossil, which is 8 of Pentacles, is actually a card of creativity, of doing what you enjoy and what you love. And the other 2 messages here are this mystery, which is another card, 9, it's 54. That's also part of the energy of 9. And the card of Mudskipper, see the world from different perspectives, where I see also a dark and a light, so the mystery and then the light. So let's see the messages one by one. This one: cats are sociable, however they don't rely on others and are independent and happy even when they are alone. They have a somehow elusive nature, and when observed have a weird sense of superiority or disregard for others. Cats have traditionally been associated with a feminine form as well as witchcraft and magic. Often considered as lucky charms, superstition, omens, and the like, cats seem to carry an air of mystery wherever they go. They teach us how to tap into our own divinity by owning our own deep sense of self-worth, self-honor, and worship. Cats show us how unchanging life can be when we are in touch with our own mystical flow and play on our ability to gently touch, stroke, massage, and whisper into our needs and desires. They remind us of the quiet joy that comes when we allow our senses to truly come alive and experience the mysterious sensation that life has to offer when we are devoted to others. Altruism. Then the card of the Mudskipper. This unique amphibious fish knows a thing or two about seeing the world from different viewpoints. It benefits from unique adaptation that allow it to live both in and out of water. Talking about a cat. While the Mudskipper is technically classified as a fish, it spends the majority of its time on land, and it can walk, jump, climb, and swim. Using the Mudskipper as an example, we can remember that approaching situation with a different perspective allows us to react with greater understanding and empathy. Additionally, having a balanced viewpoint helps us avoid bias and allows us to be objective in our reasons. And advice for you: the next time you find yourself in a disagreement, examine it from a different viewpoint. Allowing yourself the opportunity to see things from a new perspective can give you clarity. It might help reveal the motivation behind someone's beliefs, the fears driving certain behaviors, or even common ground that might otherwise have been overlooked. The best way to do this is to ask questions and actively listen to the responses. And 8 of Fossils. Work at what you love, share your creative spirit. As a master builder, Beaver melds inner vision with engineering know-how to construct ingenious dams that alter the raw flow of rivers and change the environment. Adaptable to available resource with an eye to durability, Beaver reminds us to build a strong foundation, know when to improvise and work in harmony with our environment. This card complements your desire to create with quality in mind. You may be inspired to fine-tune a talent, incorporate artistic style with function, and pay greater attention to detail. Beaver advises a balancing persistence and patience. Have fun, admire your creation. While obvious rewards may include beauty, knowledge, or safe lodging, at a deeper level, we nurture happiness and satisfaction within. The work for your spiritual growth, the transformation, and then help others in the meanwhile with your wisdom and love. You can always see things from another perspective. If others cannot, you can be the one. And in this way, maybe you are mysterious for others, but you can help them. And just be yourself. I just got this advice from my daughter before doing these readings. Some messages from the fortune cards: persevere and you will overcome problems, that we learn from this special fish. New creative ideas, new venture, a fresh start. I think that was with the beaver as well. A distant friend, it's thinking of you. Now we have the dog. Let's put it with the cat. And keep your life in balance. That's beautiful. That was there with joy and creativity. And let's see the transformation message. Transformation, you show me that my body, mind and soul are always in a state of transformation. The world transforms itself each day. Day transforms into night and night into day. Life is transformation. I hope some of the messages at least are resonating with you, and wishing you all the best. And thank you for watching.